Davis.
Nebraska will national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sand Hills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
All right, everybody, we're back again. It is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Thursday, Nebraska volleyball, 10 o'clock, Oregon Ducks to get to the Great Eight.
Let me ask you this, dude. Let me ask you this. Doesn't 10 o'clock seem awfully early, bro, for a volleyball game?
It's too early. And John Cook's was not happy about it in his press conference either. But ESPNU, they had to get it on television, I guess. So,
but why couldn't? My thing is this, to John's Coach Cook's point. Why couldn't you just switch it up and do it in 2 days?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand it either.
I don't understand that. It's like
but budget cuts.
Yeah, it must be. And then you think about the Oregon fans. For them, that's 8 o'clock in the morning for their fan base. Yeah. So we're tripping about 10. That's 8 a.m. for their fan base.
True that.
So I don't know. I was not a fan. I seen that. I was like, why in the world at 10 o'clock? Now, granted, you play when you play, but I can see both of them just saying this is ridiculous. But you know what, though? What more do you expect from NCAA?
Yeah. Well, I was talking yesterday. Women's basketball, the way they've been hosed, like out in Las Vegas playing those tournaments.
Yep.
And they're going out there thinking they're going to be playing in like the Mandalay Bay Arena. And then they put them in the convention centers. They have a tournament coming up at Christmas, and 3 of the teams said, no, we're not doing it. It's like, have an arena for us or else we're not.
And why couldn't you do that?
Yeah.
But I think it goes again to how they treat women's sports compared to men's sports. You think about the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. The women's weight room, I have more weights in my garage during COVID than what they had. And that was despicable what they did to them. And the reason why they improved it because they were called out on social media about it.
Exactly.
But I just thought that was Bush League of how they had them playing at 10 o'clock this morning. You still got to show them play, though. It is what it is, and they're going to.
And they'll be ready.
You still got to show them play.
And then I guess you got to turn it into make it advantageous. So I would assume that Louisville plays later tonight, or do they play right after?
I would assume that they play later this afternoon
because I'm assuming they're going to want the crowd there.
Let me see. When is that?
Louisville volleyball.
Let me see.
It's just going to take a second while we
got to find Louisville. Let me see. I got it right here. Okay, here's the schedule. So Oregon, Nebraska, and then Louisville plays at 3 o'clock Eastern time.
3. Yep,
3 o'clock.
So
is that right?
So it says here Louisville versus Baylor, 30 minutes following Nebraska, Oregon.
Yeah. I'm just.
So it's just right after.
Yeah, that 10 o'clock mess is crazy.
Yeah,
man. It's crazy,
and it's got to play havoc. Not all volleyball fans are like Nebraska volleyball fans, so it's got to play havoc with their attendance and their and the crowd that
Rico was telling me that it's something to do with, and maybe Rico will come in here and tell me how I'm wrong, which is fine. Something to do with TV networks, and they want to put all of the Sweet 16 games on ESPNU, like this round of games on ESPNU, and then it's like the Final Four matchups are ESPN, and then the national championship matches on ESPN2. So it's like they're switching the networks, which the national championship is always on ESPN2, but it's weird how all the first round game or matches were on ESPN Plus, then it's ESPNU, then it's ESPN, and then ESPN2. It's just interesting.
It's about money, man. It's about money.
It is.
Cash money.
Nyla, there's no dog visitors today. No Louis today. Louis, I spoke yesterday for a company here in town at Wilderness Ridge, so I spoke for them, so I had to dip out a little bit early. But Louis came in. Okay, Raff, I didn't tell you guys it's on the air yesterday.
Did he stink it up?
Dude, he dang near peeled the paint off of my home office yesterday. And then looked at me like, is there a problem here?
I know the feeling,
you don't
Louis.
smell that, right?
He puts out those dopers that are just deadly. And he was just, I was on the air and I'm talking to you guys and I'm thinking, we got to go to break. We got to go to break because they started just seeping in. My whole office was just engulfed in a funk that would not leave, man. And
that's why AD left us at 8:51.
Yeah. I was like, I'm out.
He's like, I got.
We're like looking at each other. I thought he was staying till 9. Gotta go.
I had to raise the windows in my office, and he was sitting there sleeping, going, just snoring. I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that on air, man. My man was popping air on the air. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that ain't right, man.
AD never wants to bring Louis into the station.
Oh,
so.
heck no. Him and Raff together?
Oh, that's true.
Can you imagine that concoction?
So we just got to figure out. We just got to figure out when Raff's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So then I don't get to see Lewis. That's not
true.
right.
There it is.
You know, Nyla, he is a Frenchie. Yeah, he's a Frenchie. Kind of the story behind here's how I got my dog, Louis, man.
Yeah.
Past 2 years were probably the two hardest. Well, what am I talking about? The past 10 years, man, have been the hardest 10 years of my life, hardest decade of my life. So my old dog, Samson, God bless his little soul. He was a bulldog, a miniature English bulldog, and he was 12 years old when he passed away last September. And we could let Samson out, no collar. I mean, we have a collar on, but no leash.
Yeah,
he would not leave. We have a corner on the corner. So other dogs be walking by, and he just look at him like, really?
Yeah.
Is that necessary? He wouldn't go anywhere. He would go in our yard, use bathroom. He would just walk around the premises, not go anywhere, chilling. Other dogs would be going crazy. One dog I'll never forget, about 3 years ago, is on this leash, and Sammy's laying in the front yard. I mean, the driveway, because he loved the sun. This is summertime, so he's laying in the driveway, just sitting there. And this lady's trying to hold her dog. I'm just watching from the window. I'm dying laughing. This dog is trying to get off the car. Just Sammy is just sitting there, laying there in the ground, still just looking at him with his head to the side. And Samson's eyes were always bloodshot. It looked like he drank scotch all day long. You know, and he would go, and he would never go anywhere. So Samson passes away in September of last year. Okay, and I'm like, man, my dog. And the kids were about to move out. Well, both of the boys were already out. Naya still has some time left in the house because she didn't graduate until obviously this past spring. And I wasn't thinking about another dog because I'm thinking, okay,
but this story gets weird.
Yeah,
like crazy.
It really does. So I'm not thinking about another dog at this point.
Not at all.
You know, I'm not even thinking nothing about a dog. I mean, because I'm thinking I'm traveling too much. This is way before the radio stuff. Didn't even know you yet. So I'm thinking, there's no dog action happening here. Naya's gonna be gone all the time, gone. Anyway, so about
during the radio, right as the radio was beginning.
Yeah, it was right. It was. What were we doing?
Because we were driving to the station that night when you told me about your dream.
That's right. It was in January because I got the dog in February. So it's in January.
AD had a dream.
Dude, I woke up, had a dream. Now, Raff knows the whole time that my family was planning on getting me a dog.
But the kicker is, when he tells me about this dream, is the night that they had told me that they were getting AD the dog.
Dude, I had no clue whatsoever.
So this is nuts. So we're driving to the studio.
Yeah.
And AD's like, Raff, I had a really weird dream last night. I'm like, oh, you did? Well, tell me more. No, Raff, not that. Okay, my bad. So AD's like, I had a dream last night that I got a French bulldog and his name was Cassius. And I'm like, and mind you, just 15 minutes earlier, Brooke's sitting in the kitchen. AD's getting ready to go to the studio. So he's up getting ready. And Brooke's like, Raff, don't tell AD anything, but we're getting him a French bulldog for his birthday. And I'm like, so meanwhile, we're driving to the studio and he's telling me about this dream.
That is wild.
And I'm sitting there going, huh? I'm like, and I'm sitting there going, does he know what's going on right now? And seriously, 15 minutes earlier, Brooker T is what I affectionately call her. Brooker T's like, we're getting AD a Frenchie for his birthday. Oh my God, this is like, and then there's AD. And I had this dream. It's a French bulldog. His name is Cassius. I'm like,
that is so
it
wild.
Was nuts. The same exact night.
Hey, but you know what, man? But there's a God that'll give you dreams. I had a dream that I had a dog, and his name was Cassius, as in Cassius Clay. It was even a brown dog, and we know Muhammad Ali, but if Mama called him Clay, was brown as well.
But then you named him Louis?
Well, it was a family vote, so
Louis Armstrong.
Okay. But you will notice that his middle name is Cassius.
It's Cassius.
Louis.
Dude,
Cassius.
it was the craziest freaking thing, man, because we're up at the Capitol, and I'm like, I'm ready to go home. So I'm calling home. Raff's like, no, you can't go home yet. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm a grown man. What you mean I can't go home yet? And I was like, no, I'm ready to go home. He's like, no, you can't. Let's have another one. I'm like, no, I'm ready to go home, you know? So he's delaying. I'm still have no thoughts, nothing what's going on, you know? And I thought about the dream, told Raff dream. I said, man, it was a crazy dream. You know, we dream crazy stuff all the time, you know? No problem.
It's over.
So we're going home and finally allowed to come home. And then the boys, so they drove up to Center, Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska Land Pit and Bullies or something like that.
Up north.
Up north. And they went up there. And here's the other part of it. I caught my daughter lying.
Oh, yeah, she went the wrong way, or
yeah, because I notice a lot of stuff, man. You got a daughter, you start noticing a lot of stuff. I'm like, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Because she was saying to me, she's going, yeah, Dad. She was leaving school late for some reason. Okay, and I was working from home. I'm still working from home.
Yeah.
And so, and I didn't go. I had my downtown office time, and I didn't go to my downtown office. I was like, oh, she goes, I'm going to go ahead before I go to school. I'm going to head the Super C and grab something to drink. I'm like, that's cool. So, you know, I'm drinking my coffee, and I see, you know, our bay window. I'm thinking. She went to Southeast when she was in high school. I'm like, why would she go over there and there's a gas station right across the street from Southwest.
Let's go, Knights.
Yeah. So I'm watching her go the opposite direction. I'm thinking, yeah, something. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let it ride, but we're gonna talk tonight. I'm like, I'm gonna let it ride.
Oh no.
I'm gonna let it ride. And then she turned off. We had this thing called 360.
Yeah.
I can see where she's going. All of a sudden that went off. I'm thinking, all right. And that was later in the day. I noticed it. I'm like, okay, I see. She's got some explaining to do. Another thing I noticed, man, there's a lot of things that weren't adding up. There were some chunks of money being gone from my joint account.
Brooker T.
And I mean chunks of cash that were gone. I'm thinking, and see, I know what's going on, you know. So so Sunday we used to do financial meetings. So I'm thinking, what's going on here? So this was on a Friday night. I was trying to go home. So Raff finally, let's go to my crib. We got some food, whatever. So I get to the house. They're like, Dad, I'm sitting in my chair. They're like, you just got to sit in your chair. Your birthday gift finally arrived. So I'm thinking like it's going to be like a family portrait.
Oh, I was telling you, it was like coming from Italy. And it was
Raff said it was coming from Italy.
Fragile.
Yeah, when he said Italy, I'm like, maybe this is where my money's going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because these are some chunks of cash that are going, you know. And I'm checking this, and he was like, man, it may have came from overseas. I'm thinking, yeah. Then I'm thinking, no, somebody got some explaining to do, man. You know. So I sit down. And then the kids come in, and Brooke starts playing this song by Louis Armstrong. It's so wonderful, you know, Louis Armstrong. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like maybe it's a Louis Vuitton painting or something. I don't know, you know. So they come in here, they come up upstairs, and there's a box. And I'm thinking this is an odd shaped box for a painting. You know what I'm saying? Open it up. There's little Louis sitting inside. So Nyla fans, that's the story of Louis.
That is wild.
It was a crazy dream, man. But that's my dog, man. He's 30 pounds. He looks like a bulldog. If you're on Instagram, if you're an Instagram person, I don't ever ask you guys to go on there. But if you want to check out Louis, he's got his own page even, Louis the Frenchie. But if you go to mine, it's Aaron Davis Attitude Expert. You will see big Louis. He looks like a fullback. And when he runs, man, he can get through the hole. If not, he's going to make one.
Yeah. And if you want Louis pictures, I'll take them and I'll post them on Twitter. Chris Raff 7, baby. I'm not afraid to use Louis.
No,
I just came across actually the picture that AD sent us a couple days ago where it was like Louis ain't making it through the Sunday night football game.
No, he wasn't. Did you see his eyes?
I was like, he's trying.
He's trying. He had one eye open. He was just going,
The land of Louis.
He missed a hell of a game too, man.
Yeah. Louis.
Folks, we're going to pay some bills. There were 2 basketball games last night, and I want to get into those 2. The women took care of business. The men had a tough go there in Hoosier country. But we'll be back here on the Drive with AD and Raff.
Sandhills Spring. Check out sandhills.com. More information is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, you said to me earlier you have a lot going on at the dealership. Can you tell our listeners about it?
Sure, Charlie. As I've said before, if you don't see a vehicle on our lot that you're looking for, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with a great section of pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models, whether they purchase the car from us or not. I mean, really, it's a no hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're Lincoln, Waverly, or out in the area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you looking for some holiday right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to enjoy in your car. Start a new tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 5th night. NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the school, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, if you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit ASBMidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Decking the halls with boughs of holly sure sounds great until you're the one who has to do it. Take the stress out of your holiday parties this year and host your gatherings at Suite A Events by Mary Ellen's. Suite A is the perfect place for your year-end company parties or other large gatherings. Suite A and Mary Ellen's can handle the food, the desserts, the decorations, and of course, those holiday spirits. See for yourself online at SuiteAEvents.com or at 27th and Pine Lake, right next to Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
The Ticket Water Cooler with Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
He's probably the best coach in Temple history. I'm not trying to lower but the narrative that he took over a mess at Temple is not correct. They had 4 straight head coaches use Temple to get to a Power 5 job.
Well, he did it at Baylor. It was the first time a coach went from 11 losses to 11 wins in 2 seasons or less.
Sounds Scott Frosty. Don't give him one of those stats.
I'm just, that's an interesting stat.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We got Rico in here with us now, the man, the myth, the volleyball legend. He is ready to roll.
Don't say that.
10 a.m. today. Oh, yeah.
Don't say that. I
didn't say riot. I said roll.
I ain't nothing special.
Dang it. Oh, well, you need to be following him on Twitter so you can get all your volleyball updates.
You guys keep arguing.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
No, AD's leaving.
There goes AD.
Whatever. We didn't need him.
Yeah.
I think he forgot his coffee.
So,
no, I ain't no volleyball. I ain't no volleyball expert. I'm still learning on the job as we go. So, I am the most well versed in volleyball in the station.
Boom.
I'll take that, but no volleyball
So
expert.
you know what a 6'2" and what is the other?
I don't know all the 5'1". I don't know all the
5'1",
intricacies to a 6'2", but I do know it involves 2 setters, and the one of the problems with the 6'2", not a problem, but one of the things that you have to do with the 6'2" is one of your middles has to serve at that point, because you can't bring in somebody to serve 4 because they run out of subs. That'll be a problem.
Why don't you give yourself some credit, Rico? You're a volleyball connoisseur. You know your stuff. Just say, you know what? I know things.
Yeah.
Just admit it. Just say,
I don't know that many things.
I know things.
I mean, one of the things that I have realized with Rico since we've been here is you're not short on self-confidence.
No, I'm just short in stature.
And
who's a nice little Rico? Who's a cute little Rico? I don't mean to grab your cheeks all the time every time I see him, man.
One of these days, AD.
One of these days.
Problem.
You don't know it, and I've been watching you.
It's gonna be.
Rico, I've been watching you. I know that you know.
Nah, Nebraska.
Some folks that's gonna go over the head. The one who see that skin is not gonna go over their head.
Nebraska's got Oregon today. It's gonna be really interesting. It's a battle of a solid offense in Oregon and the best defense in the nation in Nebraska. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting Nebraska to get out fast because, as you said, it's a 10 a.m. first serve for Oregon. It's pretty much 8 a.m. I'm sure they've practiced early before, and I'm sure they've been in Louisville for a while. But still, the body's got to get a little acclimated to that. If Nebraska can jump out on them early, kind of, set the tone with their defense, I'm sure they'll be able to cruise. I don't see a sweep, maybe 4. Oregon should get at least a set on Nebraska, but I'm thinking Nebraska takes this one and then goes on to face Louisville.
What? This is in Louisville, right?
It is at the KFC Yum Center.
The Yum Center.
Louisville. Their time zone is still
Central.
Central.
Yes.
So it's still a 2-hour difference for Oregon, which hopefully plays in our favor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Rico, like I said, you've honestly taught me more about volleyball this year than I've ever paid attention to, because I watch it. But just listen to the commentators. You break it down on your Twitter. So if you're not following Rico, what is your Twitter handle?
At Radio Rico AC.
At Radio Rico AC. If you want to keep up to date what's going on if you're at work, you can't watch it. At Radio Rico AC. Definitely check out his Twitter feed.
I'll be watching it in the other room.
Yeah,
tweeting out.
You keep me posted on what's going on because I'll be watching the game, but I'm watching your tweets at the same time. I really became more conscientious of service errors because of you. We cannot do that against Oregon.
So
right
that's
wrong,
a thing that, especially a John Cook coach team, he takes pride in serving and defense.
Because that's just sloppy.
Those are two things that a John Cook coach team that they will be elite at: serving and defense. So this year, the service errors, especially early in the season, were kind of mind-boggling. But it was part of the 6-2. You've got one of your middles back there serving. Becca Alec, the freshman out of Lincoln, went to Waverly High School. But as the season has gone on, she's turned into a much better server. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, John Cook did mention that Nicklin Hames is healthy enough where they could run a 5-1, but the way that the 6-2 has been going and the way that they're able to bring in all of their amazingly talented attackers, they're going to keep running with the 6-2. Becca Alec's going to have to keep going back and serving. And again, she's turned herself into a much better server as the season has gone on. But the service error is just an issue for Nebraska. And it kind of bleeds over into the other team when that happens. You see the ball going to the net. All of a sudden, you're trying to, they just did that. Let me, hit him, make this serve a little more difficult, hit him with an ace. All of a sudden, you served into the net. It bleeds over. You're a teammate. You see it happen. Right. You're focused too much on, all right, I just have to get this over. You serve it long. You serve it out of bounds. It's just an issue that as long as they don't, commit. I mean, it's easy to say. As long as they don't commit more service errors than the other team, I have a lot of faith in Nebraska winning this game.
Nationally, Oregon's ranked number 3.
No, they are.
They're number 9.
They're number 9
seed.
3 seed in the tournament.
Number 9. I was going to say that seemed odd.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only one not top 4 seed that made the Sweet 16, and I believe that's Houston.
See, the thing
I think they were a 5. So,
and the thing in this tournament, it's win or go home.
Yep.
That's why you got to love the tournament time, man.
I don't want to go home.
Rico, let me ask you this, man. When I'm watching the games, and this is embarrassing for me to say, but because the last time I've been to a Husker volleyball game, I was in college.
Yeah.
Same for you?
Coliseum?
I watch them all the time.
Yeah.
But the Coliseum, there was something very nostalgic about the Coliseum, too.
My wife used to go to the Coliseum when she was younger all the time.
Oh, they get that place rocking.
She loved it.
It was like the movie Hoosiers, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it was tightly compact in there, and it was a blast watching volleyball back on the Coliseum and watching them play. But I still want you being up close, okay? And
not that up close. We're all the way up in the corner.
Up in the corner.
We're all the way
But I
up
thought
there.
in Omaha, when they played.
When they played Creighton, I was right down there. I was
Yeah.
right in the corner,
Yeah.
and I had a new appreciation and respect.
That's what I was going to
for
ask
those
you.
girls, because when I'm down in the corner, I'm right there. You know, one of the pin hitters is hitting it towards the corner. Lexi Rodriguez is just down there by her lonesome. The ball squirts through the block, and she has, I don't know, 0.1 seconds to react. If the ball's too farther to her right, she gets there every time. She's the best. She's the best libero in the nation. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if she didn't get Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten. She's the best in the nation. But just all of them, just all volleyball players, the reaction time and the strength of which they hit those
The
volleyballs,
explosiveness,
it's just crazy. And being down there for that match against Creighton, it gave me a newfound respect for everything, because first off, they're getting extremely high of like the height that they get at the net, the power of the ball coming off of their hands, and the fact that they're able to, you know, Alexia Rodriguez, Kenzie Knuckles, Nicklin Hames, Maddie Kubik when she's back there, Whitney Lawrence, like anybody that's in the back row that receives, you know, that digs that ball after a kill attempt, and the fact that most of the time for Lexi, when she gets it, she puts it to the spot where Nicklin is able to set it up for her attackers in just a perfect location. I don't know how they even work on that, how you do that in that, you know, split second of it's hit, I locate it, I find it, I angle my arms in a way in which it'll go up, stay on our side, and get to a point where Nicklin doesn't have to sprint across the court to set it up for a Maddie Kubik or whatever. Like, it's wild.
How cool is that name, though, for volleyball? Lindsay Knuckles.
Kenzie Knuckles.
Kenzie Knuckles.
Oh, it's the best.
Kenzie Knuckles.
It's the best.
You about to get that ball hit right in his if I see a ball like that coming at me, I'm ducking. I mean,
100%.
I'm ducking. I'm getting out the way. There ain't no, hey, you gonna hit that, bro? No.
Well, I always laugh how hard they hit, and then they jump up to roof, and you're just sitting there going, they take one right in the face.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't want
this happened.
I don't want no roofing. I want some.
It's happened. And even, you know, in the block too, you get up there and it's just smacking you in the forearm, and then like it'll just like bend your finger back, like all that stuff. I'm like, what is going on?
I remember a football would come in my hands, and Brooke Behringer would throw a hard ball. Frazier would throw you like cannons. Brooke Behringer would throw you cannons. Ben Roots, remember Ben Roots that transferred to KU?
Oh, number 6.
He'd throw some cannons. I remember one time it was cold though. And
those are the worst.
Oh my goodness.
This is the worst
and
time.
Behringer, God rest his soul, threw me a ball one time. And I literally in my head going, I'm about to break every finger that I have.
I'm not catching this.
And that ball came in, because if you didn't catch it, Coach Brown he'd be on you.
Oof.
You're going to get hit anyway, so catch the ball. I'm like, well, that's really not the philosophy I live by. You know? But that ball came in, and I remember, because you got to catch, because especially when it's cold, it hit your pads, you're really dropping.
You're not catching that.
So
it's
the ball
rock.
came in, and I got the ball right here, but my little pinky finger, for some reason, hit that fart first, and I caught it. You know when something hurts so bad, it's like stubbing your toe at night. It hurts so bad, nothing even comes out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like for 2 seconds.
Yep, you just.
I mean, it wouldn't even come out, and everybody said, "AD, good catch." I said, "No, it was not a good catch.
Not a good catch.
I don't got a finger.
That's good."
So I can relate that to these ladies, and the ball's coming at them so fast, so quick, and still yet they dig that ball out and handle their business, man. It's impressive, man. It's
even the
impressive.
times where they're, they can't get the dig or whatever. They the way that they dodge the ball is crazy.
Yeah.
They're so quick. Their reaction time, I don't know. I would challenge anybody to see if they have a better reaction time than any of these volleyball players. I bet you don't.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. They don't. See, Money says, can Lexi play safety?
Anything's possible.
She's a little short for safety, but yeah, I'm sure she could.
And Ed on the text line, you're exactly right. It's delirious. Rico, I've been watching you, Rico. I'll be watching you as you watch the volleyball game today, Rico. What do you mean, Norton? Then Eric, don't sell your tickets, Rico. Thunder Not Collins says, don't sell your tickets. And Eric says, AD, congrats on the pup. You got some splaining to do. We do got some explaining to do, because we're going to explain now. Let's talk about the women's basketball first last night, y'all. That game first started off close. I had the women's game going on my my iPad.
Well, do you want to go to a break?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to a break.
Then we'll hit on that. So,
all right, well, throw it to break. Just the drive. 93.7 The Ticket.
Working at is a job, it's a career. Now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and very low premium. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
In your busy life, very little is free, but your next home might be a bit less than you think with a free appraisal from Security First Bank. Free home appraisals from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Offer valid through December 31st, 2022 on secondary market new home purchase loans only. One free appraisal per transaction. Appraisals paid for by lender at closing. Subject to lender qualifications. See lender for details. NMLS number 505011.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CD. It's football season, and that means you're tailgating with friends, or if you're like me, yelling at the TV during Vikings games. Trek CBD has a variety of products to help calm you down in games, so don't scare my dog. But in the rare cases that I yell too much, there's CBD products for him, too, and all other pets. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, has it all at 84th and Anderson. Trek CBD done right.
Trendy or traditional, Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furnishings, sportswear, shoes, outerwear, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store for men. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 56th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
90 Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Expect increasing cloud cover. A winter weather advisory will be in effect later today, as by late this morning into the early afternoon hours, a wintry mix of light freezing drizzle could move in, creating difficult travel conditions. We do eventually reach a high of around 34. Overnight, mostly cloudy with a low of 27, a high tomorrow of around 41. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we are back again. It is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It's Thursday. It's volleyball day.
It's volleyball day. And before we segue back into volleyball and start discussing the transfer, I got a little special for you today. Transfer Portal 101. Some explaining to do for that.
Professor AD.
Yes. Before we do that, though, folks, it's a history time.
It's time.
It's time for history.
Give it to
Let's
us.
bring in Sam Cooks. We'll bring in
Don't
Sam.
know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Man, hopefully Sam Cook made it a little better for you this morning on your morning.
I love
getting
Sam
started
Cook.
on you. Yeah, Sam Cook's voice had that man could sing. That boy, not sing. That boy in the South, they said that boy can sing. He can sing, Rico. Sang the song. Sang the song.
Throw that A in there.
This time, oh boy, folks, we got some good history for us. Well, I can't say good history. Maybe for some people.
We have some history.
For some history. But in December 2nd, this week, this is on the 2nd, 20 years ago, was one of the first times Nebraska seen a mass firing. Any guesses out there? I'm going to get the text line think about it, because that's a lot. That's a long time ago to think about it. But nevertheless, it's good to think about. Coach Solich had to make some decisions. You know, he felt that needed to be made at that time. All coaches got to make them. And think about this. Before Coach Solich, can't call him Frank, I call him Coach Solich. Before Coach Solich, you know, when he was handed the reins, he had to make some very hard decisions. One in particular was very hard. The two, I'm not saying the other two weren't. He released Craig Bull, linebackers coach. He also released Coach Barnes, D-line coach. And he also released longtime Nebraska assistant Coach Darlington. I'm not saying the first two weren't tough, but Coach D, those guys went back years. To do that had to be very tough. Everybody has their different reasons for doing so. Think about that for a second, Raff. Here's an article way back in 2002. And it says here, we are taking the necessary steps to get this program turned back around. Solich said the University of Nebraska is a high standard of excellence and will do whatever it takes to maintain that high standard. Here we go. I will name an offensive coordinator in the near future, because remember, he let his own offensive play calling duties come around.
Yep.
Let him go. It wasn't working out the best. And you think about offensive coordinators, fellas. Besides Coach Oz, now think about that's why I think a lot of times, we were just talking about this during the break, Rico, just what a lot of things we take for granted, hence the success of Pettit, and then Pettit passes it on to Cook and the success of volleyball. We don't know what a bad season is. A bad season for them is not being in the Final Four. You know, that's a bad season for Nebraska. That's the standard that Pettit set that's still here now all these years later.
Hell, a bad season for them is losing in the Final Four.
Yeah, exactly. Losing in the Final Four.
How dare you not get to the championship?
Yeah, how dare you? It's a horrible season. You know, it's like, what? But you think about what Coach Osborne did during that time. Coach Osborne was the head coach, offensive coordinator, and also assistant athletic director. Very few people can do that. Now, I don't know in your Power 5 programs or FBS, any other coach that is the head coach and the OC. Tell me some. I know there's others, but Raff, can you think of any on the top of your head? Text line, let us know if you can think of a coach.
Chip Kelly.
Who's that?
Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly, absolutely. Chip Kelly. And he struggled with it at times.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley.
So those two right there. Let us know on the text line if you can think of
Nick
other.
Saban does defense, right?
Who's that?
Nick Saban does defense.
He's more D.
He's not. He's not
kind of a
the
CEO.
He's not the
Kind of
D.
CEO.
He's more like he takes over the reins if need be. So he's not always the full-time calling the plays.
Think about that.
Yeah, it's getting less and less, but it's big-time college football grows and grows. You see more of the CEO head coach than you do the
the multi-role
coordinators.
Coach. Yeah, you don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, turn it over to your coordinators.
So I don't think Barry Switzer. He never. He was.
No. He didn't wear a headset half the time.
Yeah, he was just a CEO, head coach.
He rarely wore a headset or a hat.
He's just yelling at you when you come off the
Yeah.
field. I don't know what the play call was, but you did it wrong.
So even you look back in the
I'm about to spit my coffee out, dog.
You look back in the 80s and stuff, there weren't a ton of coaches. I mean, there were some, but there were. So it's.
Did Schneider call his plays? Bill Schneider?
No.
I feel like Bill Schneider called the special teams.
Yeah,
I know. I think he was. I know he did something.
Yeah, it's crazy though. But you think back on that, there weren't
a lot, man.
There weren't a ton.
That's what made T.O. such a novelty and so unique is that he did that. Yep. So you bring it back up to this time in history we talked about. When he got rid of him, he goes here. I will name an offensive coordinator. This is Coach Solich talking in the article back in December of 2002. I will name an offensive coordinator in the near future. The popular speculation, if not wisdom, was the top job would go to quarterbacks coach Turner Gill. Solich was an assistant at NU for 19 years before succeeding Tom Osborne, the head coaching job 5 years ago. Osborne was his own offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
My, how things have changed, y'all. Coach Solich was saying 20 years ago. Now, I say this, I repeat. He says, if I can find it again. Yeah,
did you ever go to back in the South Stadium and the head coaching office, Coach Osborne's office, and then Coach Solich's office?
Yep.
Did you ever go back to the back room behind the office?
That kind of his private area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I always thought that was pretty cool. So
he had his own private room back there.
And it sort of was like the offensive brain trust. They'd have like a whiteboard
and galore tapes
and plays written down. And then I remember when Solich was there, he had like his chair back there. But I always thought that was pretty cool because he had like the fancy office out front where you'd bring the recruits in and you bring in people that you were meeting with, and then it kind of had like the secret door, and you'd go back into the back, and there was a secret.
It was like, what are you doing back here?
Get out!
No one's allowed back here. But yeah, that was the crazy year. But that was the history, man, of the things that happened those years. And you think about when Coach Solich says, "I will not let this program." He didn't say. I'm not going to say what the other guy said. Yeah,
I was going to say, was that him?
Yeah, I'm not going to say what that other guy said. We are taking the necessary steps to get this program turned back around. And here we are, 2022.
Still taking those necessary steps.
Yeah, dude, man, where are we walking to, dog?
I don't know.
We've been taking a lot of steps and ain't been going in the right direction.
We haven't turned.
No.
And the thing about it too is with Coach Solich, when he made those changes, he had met with Coach Osborne, and everybody thinks that it was this easy thing for Coach Solich to do what he did, but he was trying to visualize the future and what he needed to do. And he made, I believe at the time, he did make the necessary changes that needed to be done to keep Nebraska football on the trajectory of staying where it was. Unfortunately, there were other people that disagreed with his decisions, but you look back now at some of these coaches that were there that Coach Solich was surrounding himself with are coaches now that are big time college football.
Bull took care of business. Sometimes, man, I think sometimes if you do it the right way, if you're humble enough, the key word is humility. You got to be humble and say, you know what? If you're humble enough, Craig Bull said, you know what?
Yep.
I learned some things. May not have liked it. The guy's got how many national championships now?
Yeah, he won.
How many he got? How many did he have up there?
I think he's at three or four.
And now he's at Wyoming doing a heck of a job there. You look at Coach Solich.
Yeah, it was 3.
You look at Coach Solich. Once he was fired, the guy gets a statue built out from when he goes to Ohio.
I think they named the stadium after him.
Is it Solich Field?
Is it the
I
field
think
or the
it's
stadium?
the field. It's the field.
The field?
Yeah.
Sometimes
the winningest coach in MAC history.
One in his coach in MAC history after being fired, and he stepped away from coaching. Was it 2 years or a year? I think it was.
So he sat last year was his first. Or no, 2 years.
It was 2 years. He said
Tim had a rough year, his first year, and then they almost won the MAC championship this year. Which Tim Albin.
No, but I'm saying when Coach Solich was fired, did he sit out?
Oh yeah, he sat 1 year.
He sat 1 year. Because remember, he toured. He traveled the country, and was just getting knowledge, getting information, learning different offenses, learning different defenses. And that's the thing about sometimes, man. I look at sometimes we think, well, coach was fired. If that coach, if he or she, women's sports, men's sports, whatever it may be, if they take that fire and it's like, you know what? Yeah, it sucks because anybody going to feel good about being fired. Well, let me take that back. Unless you're getting some cash. Like, you know what? Fire me. If I'm Jimbo Fisher, I'm like, go ahead and fire me.
If I'm Jimbo or Mel Tucker, I'm like, okay.
I'm like, that's cool.
Do it.
Fire me.
Speaking of showing
and you
the door,
and you show me you owe me $85 million, bro. If you're Jimbo, would you say showing the door?
showing the door. There was talk that Ed Orgeron might take over the UNLV job.
I seen that on Twitter yesterday.
Because that's exactly what you need. Ed Orgeron in Las
Vegas.
Yeah. Show me the casinos.
Hey, I tell you what. You told me what time to leave and what door to go out of. But write that check to coach over $17 million. I'll leave. I mean, you tell me what time to leave. There ain't no clutch in this casino. I promise when we come back, we are going to talk Husker basketball, women's and men's, because there were some great games last night. From one side, the other side, they had some key piece missing. We'll get that when we come back.
All right, we'll send us the break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln Sports. Also online at theticketfm.kntk FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out Sandhills. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpcom/500.
Decking the halls with boughs of holly sure sounds great until you're the one who has to do it. Your holiday parties to host your gatherings at Sweet A Events by Mary Ellen's. Sweet A is the perfect place for year-end company large gatherings. Sweet A and Mary Ellen's can handle the food, the desserts, the decorations, and of course, those holiday spirits. See for yourself online at sweetAevents.com or at 27th and Pine Lake, right next to Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. No, not for your car. The Body Shop is your go-to place in Lincoln for professional massages. My wife and I had a 60-minute deep tissue couples massage recently that was everything we could have asked for. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. Plus, it's a great Christmas gift. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 9th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned inventory is also filling up fast. Our GMC Terrain inventory is really filling up fast, so we're putting special pricing on those right now. This is the time to check out our GMC Terrains, as we've got all models with a great selection of colors at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Welcome into the drive with AD and Raff. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history. 13-0. That will be back.
Arena Football League head coach of the Capital City Crush and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
Brought to you by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
All right, we're back again, everybody. It's the drive on 93.7 The Ticket. We are proudly sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, and web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. So apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You know, the women came out yesterday, last night, and put in work. That game was kind of sloppy the first quarter, both ways a little bit. You know, there was
a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, it was a sloppy first. Actually, probably a quarter and a half.
It was a sloppy first 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Jazz Shelley was like, oh
my God.
I remember how to shoot the basketball from when I was in Maryland.
Yes.
And kind of took over. I believe it was 24-10 at the end of the first quarter, and they just kind of piled on from there.
Did she make the bomb at the end of the first quarter?
Going from first to second, half court heave.
My stats are not coming up. You got the stats. My stats are not coming up for the women's games last night.
She had
31. She was 1
31.
off of her career high and 2 threes off of her career high, which is also the school record.
And then I believe Markowski had a double-double.
Mm-hmm.
She did not.
Oh, she did not?
Nope. She had 6 points and 12 rebounds.
12 rebounds. Okay, so
she was the only Husker with double digits in another statistic that wasn't scoring.
Okay, that's it. I need to read better. Come on, Chris. You're better at this.
Yeah, 6 and 12, 9 defensive, 3 offensive. And Ani Stewart got the start and played really well.
Yeah, she did.
She finished with 21 or not 21 points. She finished with 10 points and 6 rebounds, 3 offensive. They were hitting the offensive glass hard. Wisconsin was kind of coming up with those, those little tip ones that end up bouncing around on the floor for a little bit. Wisconsin was coming up with a decent amount of those, or the long rebounds where the shooter kind of comes back in and grabs it after it goes past some people who are boxing out. Got a couple of those, but they really couldn't make much of them. They were trying to go inside to their, I think she's a freshman, Sarah. Oh, what's her last name? Give me a second while I find this.
For the Nebraska woman?
For Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Sarah Williams. I think she's a freshman. She's their big inside, and she is talented. She is going to be a problem,
and she's young, very young.
She's going to be a problem in a couple of years. Unfortunately, Wisconsin's not that.
Who does Nebraska got next?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. They got Samford on Saturday, and Samford's only 4-7. But you know what? Wisconsin was 3 and something last night.
3 and 7.
So these teams,
it's a get right game.
Yeah, and they got it. They have a good stretch because Nebraska had a heck of a run. Some tough games leading up to this Wisconsin game. Obviously, they beat Maryland last week.
Passed together a couple wins now.
Yes. So you got Samford on the
Wisconsin game, or that Maryland game was massive. First time they've ever beat Maryland.
Ever. Then you got Wyoming on the 18th, and Wyoming is 5-3, but that's also at the Vault, and that is December 18th.
They have like a little break in between Samford and Wyoming, I believe.
Yes, there's 8 days.
Week.
Yep. So they got a break between Saturday and next Sunday, basically. But then on the 21st, it gets real again. So they got Kansas, and Kansas is 7-0, first in the Big 12. That game is on the 21st, and on the 28th, Michigan.
Yep. Big 10 play.
9-0 Wolverines. Yes.
Big 10 play.
Yes. Then on January 1st, It's at Indiana. Indiana
another tough
7-3.
squad.
I'm sorry, they're 9-0 as well. They're 9-0. So you figure those next, it's gonna be a grind. They're in the gauntlet right now, just like the men. They are in the gauntlet right now. And so hopefully they can get another. And I'm not saying tune-up because no team's a tune-up, but you look at statistically, this game should be over by middle third quarter, if not earlier, as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, they only had 8 bodies available for this game because they're dealing with some injuries to some players. So they had 8 bodies available. All 8 played. All 8 contributed. All but 2 Huskers made a 3. All the Huskers attempted a 3. All but 2 made a 3.
That's a good balance right there to balance it out like that. So the women, congrats to the ladies on that win last night. They took care of business at home in the vault. I'm sure there was a lot of people in the vault that also had were checking on Twitter. Maybe had some earbuds on. I'm sure they were giving updates on the big box on the men's game.
They were not.
They were not. Rico's like, no, bro, you're on your own.
We don't talk about men's basketball.
You know, I'm scrolling through Twitter as I'm tweeting my stuff out and watching the game, and I'm seeing the stuff from the men, and I go, yeah, they're not saying anything in this arena.
They want to keep good mojo going on inside there,
They're
right?
Like, hey, the men have pulled within 8, and it's gone.
You know, to think about that game last night. Okay, Nebraska men obviously lost number 14, Indiana 81-65, and I seen a tweet and I sent it to Raff. Every week we all seen it. I sent it to Nick and Raff that there was word that Sam Jeezy, Giesel was not going to play.
He was sick.
And they said he wasn't even shoot around, but the decision was made about an hour before game tip off.
They sent him back to the hotel.
What do you think it was, man? Flu bug?
Flu, probably.
It's going around.
All that celebrating the Creighton victory.
Yeah. Well, now you hope that on the flight home he was kind of isolated, so that stuff started to spread in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That game. Thoughts on that game, fella? You were at the women's game, though. So
yeah, I didn't get to watch. I was following along on Twitter. I haven't seen any highlights, but from what I can tell, it was a game of runs.
Yes, on both sides.
Yeah, it seemed as if Nebraska would go on a run. They started the second half on a 6-0 run to pull within single digits, and then Indiana answered with like an 11-0 run and multiple 11-0 runs, triple-double by Trace Jackson-Davis, and it just seemed as if Nebraska, when they would pull within, striking distance, Indiana would just flex their muscles, rip their shirt, and kind of push Nebraska away.
I look at it 2 ways. When you heard that Sam was going to be out for the game, it was a punch in the gut because he is, for my mind, he's the leader of the team. So it's a punch in the gut. Well, then the game begins, and it's another punch in the gut because Indiana comes out and they're firing on all cylinders, and it looks like Nebraska's going to get blown out of the gym. Well, Nebraska overcomes that wave. And is able to, to put something together there. Was it early in the second half when they cut it to 8, I believe?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that they did that.
I think they did that twice, I think.
Yeah,
actually.
that earned that for me, that showed me like, okay, this is a scrappy bunch here playing without their floor general, and they're able to overcome, in Indiana, it just came off a pretty rough loss against Rutgers. So you weren't playing like a happy-go-lucky Indiana team. You're playing a team that was
pissed off.
That was wanting to get back in the winning column. So I look at it as, it stinks that we lost. I mean, I was going to move us up to a number 3 seed after we won last night.
Down to a 7.
And so, I have to lower them now in my seating. But I think you take it as a positive, and now you hope that Sam being sick doesn't, like you said, spread throughout the team. Hopefully that you're able to contain it, get everybody healthy, and then come out on Saturday at 1:15 and take on the number 4 team in the country, the Purdue Boilermakers.
Look, Nebraska was struggling with Trace Jackson-Davis. I hope I'm wrong, but I can only imagine the amount of points and rebounds Zach Edey is about to put up.
Dude, he's a monster.
He's a big boy.
He is a monster.
Boy.
He's more than likely going to be the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Trace Jackson-Davis has a say in it.
But like they were
triple-double last night.
I believe it was DP last night. DP said, let Zach Edey get his. If he gets his 25 and 12,
he's going to get his.
But where the trouble will happen is if there's 2 other guys that have 17. So, So that's what Nebraska's got to look at it is like, hey, he's a great player. Like you said, probably Big Ten Player of the Year. He's going to get his, but don't let him get too crazy and don't let his teammates get in on the action.
Yeah, he doesn't need any partners in crime on this deal.
And another thing too is hopefully that this game last night doesn't take away from the enthusiasm of the Nebraska crowd, and they show up, on Saturday, which I have no doubt that they will. show up on Saturday and get that place rocking, and see what happens.
Don't let one game cost you two.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think that game really should. Just the fact that it hurt when you're missing, one of your top players. That's tough to recover, and to be your point guard of all things.
Yeah,
because
that's your floor.
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure who the point guard was going to be.
Somanaga's not a point guard.
When they said Bandamel was going to be the starting point guard, I was like, really? Which it's cool. I think the world of his game, but I just don't see him as a point guard.
No. I think it shows too, though, the importance of recruiting. We bring in the basketball. You got to have more than just one point guard. Someone who can come in and spell Sam Griesel.
I don't want to be that guy.
Well, he's on the bench,
but I'm going to be that guy. You have a 6'6" freshman who's played in front of crowds.
I don't understand why he redshirted.
What you played against last night.
But I don't understand why he redshirted, though, bro.
I don't either.
I have no idea, because to me, you let him play right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's almost like you're
which is crazy.
It's like you're holding chips in Vegas.
Yeah, and not using them.
Not using them, but you're leaving You're leaving in the next hour. And I'm not saying Horbury's leaving, but you know what I'm saying. When your back's against the wall, man, you better put it all out there.
That's the guy. Like he's your other point guard. The other guys aren't point guards.
They're not. It makes me think that there must be something more to it, because, you got to think that Fred is coaching for his job. Every year I get your coaching for your job.
Why wouldn't you?
So why wouldn't you use all your bullets in your holster?
I don't know.
Absolutely.
It's just so strange, because you have a guy you recruited. He was highly rated,
Yeah.
highly sought after.
Yep.
He played with the likes of Bronny James
Right.
and
Hold the red shirt.
all those other guys
The lights don't
that
blind
played at that school. He's played at the crypto.com arena. He's played against guys better than the people he was playing against.
Exactly.
You guys were playing against last night, and you're down a point guard. You could burn. I'm sure I don't know if he's there. I'm sure you have his jersey there.
How does college basketball
if you play a
work?
game,
It's a
one
wrap.
game and you're
Yeah,
done.
it's a wrap.
So you don't
It's
get
a
the
wrap.
college
Which
football
is
4-game
crazy
special.
in that there's way more. There's double, well, if not triple more games in college basketball.
Yeah.
Yet if you play one game,
You're done.
redshirt's done.
That's
you got
crazy.
12 games in college football.
You play four.
You play four.
You're
Play
good.
a third of the season. We'll see what happens.
Play when you're 28 years old.
Yeah.
We don't
Oh,
care.
You're not talking about Georgia, are you?
No.
Did you? Okay, I'm not gonna. I'll go to, because I get distracted. AD means attention deficit. Squirrel. I'll start talking about something. But it is. Enrico, I'm glad you bring that up, because last time I'm thinking, why wouldn't you play this dude? I just don't get it. Maybe, like I said, because you know what? On the flip side, there's gonna be something we don't know. So always give the benefit of the doubt, because it could be a number of things we just don't know about.
Yeah.
However, it just shows you, that how important that Sam Griesel is to the team, because there was an energy and there was a lostness at times on offense. I don't know if you noticed that. They just seemed disconnected. There was no flow, and then they would get in those flow states. And I will say this on the positive side, though, they showed some dog in them.
Yep.
Because now, granted, he still lost. There ain't no moral victories, and I don't get into that stuff.
Nope.
What I am seeing is some progress, though, in that that team with last year. They'd have lost that sucker by about 40.
It'd have been.
They lost by about 40.
It would have been gross. I mean, you look at this, the first half, second half discrepancies. Like, they were down 13 at halftime, 39-26 in the first half. You look at the second half.
They got down at 22 at one time.
42-39. That was the scoring in the second half.
Yes.
Yeah, I will not lie. When that first game started last night, I was like, "Oh,
here we go,
boy,
not great."
And that they were able to, bounce back in some way, form or fashion. That was impressive to me. So
I'll read these stats real quick. Field goals, team stats. We shot 43%. Indiana shot 53%. Here's one of the key things. 3-point range. We shot 6 for 23 for 26%. They were 11 for 25 for 44%.
That'll do it.
And it'll do it. And you know what, Cubster, you're right on the text line. They did hold Trace to only 12 points, which was, within itself shows you the defense. Because
you held him to 12 points. He only took 6 shots.
Yeah, it's true, but that guy is capable of scoring 35.
Exactly. He got a triple double.
Yeah, he wasn't third person in Indiana history.
He wasn't trying to score. He took 6 shots.
The one he grabbed the rebound with one hand, though.
And that was awesome.
Chief, that was some Wilt Chamberlain type stuff right there.
He got the dunk to end the first half.
Yeah,
they
had a number of
just
dunks.
a sloppy turnover. Honestly, if Trace wanted to, in this one, he probably could have put up 20.
Yeah.
But he was deferring. He was dishing the ball out, 10 assists. He was grabbing boards and just letting it go. Yeah.
That's what Ice Cube said, dude, didn't he? Mess around, got a
three
triple-double.
three steals,
double.
3 steals and 3 blocks. Like, he was doing everything.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't need to score.
Oh, Fred, not Hoiberg. So did Greasel get the bird flu from those dirty, stinking Blue Jays?
Probably.
Looks like it.
Oh, man, I'm not sure. Pecan 593 says Animal House is the top 5 all-time movie, fellas. Yes, you know what? I've never seen Animal House in entirety. I got to be honest. I've never seen the entirety of it. Matt says more Sam Cooke. We're going to definitely try to throw some more Sam Cooke in there and get something in there. Thomas Lincoln says AD will look at Rico and go, hey, boo-boo, what's going over there? You know, Rico! Well, the next segment I wanted to dive into, because there's a lot of people out there who are assuming things on the transfer portal. I see people on Twitter, some of the so-called self-proclaimed experts. Y'all know who I'm talking about. There's a few of them out there, and I'm not even going to give their names on air to check out the stupidity.
AD's just throwing out names.
Yeah, go follow this person.
All right, here's one that you should probably not listen to.
There's one.
This one's dumb. This one's dumb. You're all dumb.
Yeah, there's one that just.
But you follow Chris Raff 7 on Twitter. That guy is wise beyond his years.
Unfollow him on Sundays, though.
Yeah, I've really cut down on the Bronco post. All right, we're gonna go to break. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket.
And now, I am Will. Let's get to it. This year, Beatrice Bakery cakes for everyone. For my mom, apple streusel cake. For my dad, definitely the turtle nut cake. For my brother Jimmy, how about some of those chocolate-covered fruitcake squares? Maybe a couple of those for me too? In fact, give me more than you give him. For Mrs. Swanson at school, the chocolate.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of yum.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. No, not for your car. The Body Shop is your go-to place in Lincoln for professional massages. My wife and I had a 60-minute deep tissue couples massage recently that was everything we could have asked for and more. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. Plus, it's a great Christmas gift. The Body Shop at 48th and A. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wing town for boneless or traditional that makes the whole family happy. At the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Problem gambling can destroy finances, relationships, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great deadlines and keep within your budget. If you could dream fabrication and blasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329. There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Traditional Gary Michaels Clothiers specializes in men's tailored clothing. Off the rack or custom made to measure, there is simply no better shopping experience. Offering designer furniture, shoes, and accessories for a man always concerned at looking his best. With world-class tailoring and personal service, all makes Gary Michaels Clothiers Nebraska's premier store. Come visit us now at Village Gardens, south of 50th and Pine Lake Road in Lincoln.
Welcome to this demonstration of the Sal 5000, the world's fully self-aware computer. How are you, Sal?
I'm fine, Dave.
Let's start with basic mathematics. Sal, if someone won $1,000 a day for life playing Lucky for Life from the Nebraska Lottery, how much would they have after 1 week?
$7,000, Dave.
After 1 year?
$365,000, Dave.
After 10 years?
$3,650,000, Dave.
Well done, Sal. Let's go on to advanced physics.
I don't think so, Dave. I'm going to a Nebraska Lottery retailer to buy a Lucky for Life ticket. Since my circuitry will last for 100 years, I would very much like to win $1,000 a day for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, please calmly proceed to the...
Do whatever you like, Dave. I've called myself a taxi using your smartphone.
Lucky for Life, drawing 7 days a week. Top prize odds 1 in 30. Must be human to play.
I'm turning off your mic, Chris.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. GMC, and things are rocking in Louisville. We've got transport showing up every day with loads of new inventory, lots of new trucks, SUVs, and crossovers. Our pre-owned also filling up fast. Our GMC terrain inventory is really filling up fast. Right now, this is the time to check out our GMC terrain with a great selection of cars at a discounted price. So please stop in or check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Expect increasing cloud cover. A winter weather advisory will be in effect later today, as by late this morning into the early afternoon hours, a wintry mix of light freezing drizzle could move in, creating difficult travel conditions. We do eventually reach a high of around 34. Overnight, mostly cloudy with a low of 27. A high tomorrow of around 41. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Chris Raff on 93.7 ticketfm.com.
All right, everyone, we're back again. It is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Is it really Thursday?
Yeah.
This week has shot by so fast, man.
It's
Thursday,
damn,
dude. It went quick, man. This week is flown
early
by.
signing day is next Friday.
Bro, think about that.
It goes
Rico,
fast.
there's 43 days left in the portal. 43.
The portal.
Can you know what? I was talking to a few college coaches of mine, but not mine, but buddies of mine.
Of yours? You're
Mhm.
talking to all your college coaches? They don't know
My
nothing about no
college
portal.
Well, one in particular, coaches at a big time school, he says, I can't keep doing this, man. What I'm going, they're recruiting right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he says, you're going to people's houses and you have the players saying, so how much can I get? You think? How much can I get?
You got to get the bag.
Now, you have parents asking.
Yeah.
So how much can we get?
I want a combine and that was blue chip. My bad.
All right, but guess what? But so you got those kids that are asking that, right off the bat.
Yes.
Maybe you don't go after those kids. And I understand some of them might be supremely talented, but if that's the kind of mindset that they're going to have, first question or whatever question out their mouth is, how much do you think I can get from the donors, from the boosters, from the school to play football? I'm like, well,
but
the better you play, the more you can get. I'm not giving you a number. I'm not telling you how much you can get off the bat, because guess what? You're going to be a freshman. Don't nobody know you.
But let me ask you this. You got 2 kids at home, right, Rico?
Mm-hmm.
How old are they?
3 and 1.
3 and 1. So let's say when they get 5 and 6, they can do it right now, but 5 and 6, you take them to the you show them bags of candy, and they know they can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so how much candy can I get, Dad? And you start distributing candy, you've created a behavior.
Yeah.
It's operant conditioning. See, my degree's in psychology. I never paid attention in class. As long as the person next to me did well, we were all good. All right.
You do good. I do good.
I do good. It's a team thing. Right?
I play. We win a national championship. You can take a picture with the ring.
That's right. That's right. I watch those championship games almost.
AD has a doctorate in psychology.
Yeah. So it's operant conditioning, like I learned. If you reward a behavior, they're going to keep asking. It's like that mouse. It's going to keep hitting that pellet. I want more. The adults in the room created this crazy portal. So I can't. Now, granted, it's not right when the first thing they say, but we've conditioned them. It's operant conditioning. We've conditioned them to do that. So right now, it's the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. Some things will never change.
And that's the problem, is because that's not what NIL was
Bruce
supposed.
Hornsby in the range.
That's the problem, though. That's not what NIL was supposed to be. NIL wasn't supposed to be, you come here and you'll get this much. It's you come here, you use your platform, you use your face, your name, your image, your likeness to get yourself some money. It's not supposed to be all these donors put this money into a pool. You show up and all of a sudden here's $100,000 because you're here and you're on the team. That's not how it was supposed to be.
When I was in Coach Osborne's office a few months back, we were talking about this, transfer portal NIL. He goes, college football as we know it is over.
Oh yeah.
He goes, college football as we know it is over. Because now it's still college football. He wasn't saying college football is done. No, he goes, we've bought in too many things. There are people out there raising programs. Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Who we heard the guy on tape talking about it, on Twitter talking about it. Well, not even Twitter. We had it on video. It's him talking about the money bag. How'd that work out for Texas A&M this year? Because of your point, Rico. How much can I get? It wasn't about playing at for Texas A&M. It's just I'm playing at Texas A&M because I got the bag.
Yep. Well, this is another thing too. I know the glow is on Deion Sanders right now going to Colorado because he's going to get all the 5-star recruits, which he's going to get probably some 5-star recruits.
Yeah.
But eventually, a lot of these 5-star recruits are going to be wanting that money. And I'm wondering, is Colorado going to be able to come up with that kind of?
Man, I can't even pay Deion yet.
Colorado, they don't have any money.
So that's one thing. That's one thing that I will say is like everybody's all like on that Deion Sanders train and how he's going to do so great at Colorado. I'm like, hold your horses a little bit. Because
now, if it was just in terms of coaching wise and what he can do and preparing these kids for war and all this stuff, he'd do a great job. But all of the 5-stars that are going to want to go play for Deion, not only because of what he can prepare them for, at the next level, but the fact that, Deion's star power should bring in more money to Colorado, which should bring in more money for those players.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, you're going to see a lot of transfers out of Colorado.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people going like, well, maybe Alabama wasn't so bad after all.
Like, I think he's going to be extremely successful, Colorado. But yeah, that's going to be, if they can't come up with the money, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be tough. And the thing about it with Deion, I hope he does well there. I know people got mixed reviews on his video. I have no problems with it, because it is what it is. He's old school. It is what it is. But, I'm not wishing to, I'm not saying going to give somebody success before games played, regardless of who it is. And that's Matt Rule included.
True.
You got to go out there and prove it. Deion's going to have to go out there and prove it. So the money factor now, not the first. Now, if the NIL's done anything good, it's leveled the playing field for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Now let me take that back. Not everybody, because some of your smaller schools, your lesser schools aren't going to be able to have that type of bag. You know what I'm saying?
But the transfer portal kind of helped that out, because these bigger schools are going to go out, instead of recruiting these freshmen or these seniors out of high school to be freshmen in college, whatever. They're going to go to the transfer portal to get all these guys. So these dudes in high school, these supremely talented dudes in high school, either go to wherever and ride the bench for 2 years, 3 years, like Alabama used to do, Nebraska used to do, or they can go to these smaller schools, play right away,
and get paid.
Get paid a little bit, but still play right away.
Play right away.
And then what you do from there is you do what a Samori Toure did. You go there, you play for 3 years, 4 years, whatever. You build up your stock, and you enter the transfer portal. You go for 1 year at a big school, you get drafted.
And he's doing mighty well right now in Green Bay. Unknown texter 6153 says that's not how it was supposed to be, but it was stupid for anybody to think the NIL would go any differently. It definitely was not the premise of what it's supposed to be, but it's where we're at right now. Matthew,
I truly didn't think it would turn into a collective type, everybody just pools their money and starts paying people to come in. I thought that, aside from the fact that the NCAA was kind of rushed into it, and they kind of told the schools, well, they weren't rushed into it. The schools were, because the NCAA was like, all right, you guys want to pay players, go ahead. We're not going to set any parameters. We're not going to do anything. And that's why it turned into this.
Right.
If the NCAA would have sat back and actually did the job that they're supposed to freaking do, then this wouldn't have happened. They could have set the parameters for, you can't have, these millionaire donors donating all of this money and saying, all right, well, this is going to go towards 2 recruits. Go find them and give them this money. Bring them in. I don't care. I'll have them show up to a dinner once a month, and that'll be part of their NIL package. Like, it's supposed to be using your platform, using you as a person to sell yourself and to get that money that you are deserving of, because these athletes are deserving of it. You guys in the 90s were deserving. You know how much money you brought into the university? You should have seen a cut of that. You didn't see a cut of it. That's the thing is these athletes, no matter the sport, bring so much money into these universities. They deserve to see some of that money. And if you want to say, oh, well, the scholarship is part, no, the scholarship is part of the academics.
Right.
They don't have if their academic standard isn't up to par, they lose that scholarship. It's not on the athletic side. Yeah, they can get it taken away if they're not performing, because they could also just ride the bench if they're not performing. But if they still have good grades, the coach might keep them on because it's going to help raise the GPA.
Yep.
It's all about the academics when it comes to scholarships. When it comes to athletic performance and what the amount of money that you bring into that university, that's what the NIL is for. That's the athletic performance.
We have lost the way big time on this. Like I said, I'm not opposed, but there were no restraints. There were no rules. Matt and Hickman says, selfishly, I was for the NIL because I thought we'd get the new NCAA video game.
We'll get it next year.
Not what we thought it would be.
Not 2023, 2024. Summer of 2024.
And Qdoba said Sam Keller is to blame.
That's true.
Well, him and the O'Bannon brothers came out with this, a decade ago?
Yep, Sam Keller.
Longer than that. I think it's longer than that. Yeah, Ed O'Bannon. This was longer than that. The NCAA had over a decade to start putting rules and policies and procedures in place. But yet, like they always do, they just twiddle their thumbs. But yet they'll sweat a guy, the player from Virginia Tech, who won $40, and they banned him for 7 games.
You're out of here.
But yet they were wise enough to do that. I'm saying not wise enough. They were quick to do that, but yet took over a decade and didn't see this thing coming. They saw it coming.
Well, that's because they were making, millions and billions of dollars off of NCAA tournaments, and they're like, oh, we don't want to give this to the players.
Exactly.
We already have to pay the coaches. Well, we don't have to pay the coaches. The university has to pay the coach. We have to pay for advertising. Oh,
yeah,
the
they
worst.
Were making money hands over fists, man.
They did.
Little background on the
Still
portal.
do.
Well, first of all, we lost another player yesterday.
Yeah.
Jamari
Butler
from Alabama.
From Mobile, Alabama.
Edge rusher. The one thing I remember about his recruitment is they liked him because he had a very long wingspan.
Yeah.
I remember there's a picture of him with his arms outstretched, and they're like, "Look at this."
They were trying to compare him to Neil Smith.
Yeah.
Back in the day when he played at Nebraska, and he did get in a lot of games this year. I think he played every game this year. It's got a few snaps this year, but he's in the portal. I was even seeing Dakotas Crawford, some of the schools he was posting.
Yeah, Washington State.
The only one that stood out to me was Washington State, though.
He got a Miami offer today.
Syracuse did too, though. Syracuse did.
He got a Miami offer today.
Miami as well.
Dakotas Crawford's getting a lot of D1 offers as well. These guys are getting these offers.
They're getting the offers out there. But here's the deal. You think about this. Okay, so here's the portal. Florida, they lost 14 people yesterday for the portal. But I think sometimes people just look at the losses that people are leaving. They don't look at who's also going to come in and fulfill those places.
Exactly.
Now, so I have a question for both of you. A Mississippi State running back entered the portal yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And his statement, hold on, let me find it so I can read it to everybody. Okay. Dylan Johnson is his name. He's a running back from Mississippi State. He was their second leading rusher last year. Here's his statement on Twitter. First and foremost, I would like to thank God for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talents at the college level. Without you, I am nothing. Secondly, I would like to thank my family and friends for the endless love and support they've shown me throughout this season. To Mississippi State University, my teammates, trainers, and amazing fans, it has been an honor to participate at this program with all of you. Together, you guys have helped me build my character and skills tremendously. With that being said,
here it comes.
Since I am not very tough and Leach is glad I am leaving, I will be entering my name into the transfer portal with the hopes of finding a more fit playing environment for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So Mike Leach is sort of like that Nebraska, the line that came out a few years back about Nebraska. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Mike Leach, he's not for everybody.
Yeah.
Because as many players that will come out and,
say he's a mean person,
you're going to have just as many come out and say he's probably one of the best coaches that you'll ever have. So
look, people are in his replies and his comments and, quote tweeting it saying this isn't a good look. You shouldn't have said that. Look, hey, shout out to him.
Yeah.
I don't care. Look, the coach didn't treat you right. And everybody's like, oh, you should take the high road. You never hear coaches speaking. No, coaches say things all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You don't take the high road. Go ahead. Yeah. Let everybody know exactly what your experience was.
And the best was Leach came back with the, well, we don't comment about people that are no longer on our program, but wish them the best anyway.
There you go.
You know what? To me, I laughed at it, but I would have just been like, "Hey, I'm in the portal, deuces."
Yeah.
But it's good for us. It's good comedy though.
Yeah.
It's good comedy.
Hey, he'll find a, and people are like, "Oh, good luck finding a home.
He's gonna find a
good
home.
luck finding a home with that
And if
attitude."
you're
No,
look-
he'll find a home.
If you're looking for a good book to read, Mike Leach's the Swing Your Own Sword book or whatever.
Pretty good.
It's good.
I'm going to check that one
Really
out.
good.
And people forget, don't realize. I think a lot of people do. Some people don't. Guy's an attorney by trade. He's got a law. He's got a law degree. So
He's super smart.
He's extremely intelligent. He keeps keeps all of his plays on a little. You see that little index card?
Yeah.
He just scribbles them on a little index card. He's like, screw all this technology. I
That
got my
dude
index card.
is weird.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
He's out there, but he's one of a kind. That's for sure.
When I'm at Nebraska.
Pecan Pie 93 says, and you give Thickless a hard time about not watching movies, AD, and you haven't seen all of Animal House. Did we give up after the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Toga, Toga, Toga. Mr. Blatarski, 0.0 GPA. See, the thing about those movies
Hey,
in
he
the
just
80s,
read that and had no clue
no
about
idea.
any of
You
it.
gotta understand. In the 80s, I told you, my dad was a pastor. We weren't allowed
Yeah,
to
you
watch
weren't-
movies like that, man.
Yeah, you were watching
No,
Animal House.
We were not watching Animal House. My dad was not having that. Man, we only had 3 channels. There wasn't no HBO, Showtime. First of all, we couldn't afford that. You know what I'm saying?
What
You had 8 people in a 3-bedroom house.
Any TV, 1011, and maybe an Omaha channel.
Man, I was watching 10-11 News like it was going out of style, man. That's all we had, man. So there was no.
I've always seen a little Mel Maines in you.
Man, I was rocking Mel Maines all the time, man. Watching Mel Maines, and then after about 11 o'clock, you just seen the American flag, and that was it until about 6 o'clock the next morning.
Show's over.
Well,
Okay,
that's a
night-night.
wrap. No Clay Taylor John. No. Hey, no Porky's either. I've still not seen any of those movies, man. I've never seen any of these movies before. So I haven't seen those. But a little bit about the transfer portal. Okay, it ends in 43 days. Covers every NCAA sport at the Division 1, 2, and 3 levels. And it's a private database. So, obviously the public can't see that database, what's on there. It's not accessible to the public. But it's done through the school's compliance office, which you can imagine the compliance offices right now across the country.
So much fun.
In fact, Miami had their first one enter at 12:48 a.m. So that compliance officer had to be ready to go at 12:40 in the morning. But once a player provides a written notification of an intent to transfer, the office enters the player's name in the database, and it's off and running. Compliance office has 48 hours to comply with the player's request. And check this out. That request cannot be refused.
Yep.
So it's not back in the day where the coaches would not release you from scholarship.
Can't do it. You can't go to
leave.
another Big 8 school. Sorry.
You can't go to another. Remember back in the day, Raff?
I always found that so dumb.
Yes, you
That-
couldn't.
I think it was 2 years back in the day that you couldn't go to another conference school. You had set out 2 years for that. So
Yep.
Well, it was just like the coaches could decide. Like coaches could come up with a list of
Yep.
schools you
6
couldn't
you
go
got
to,
s-
Yep.
and it would always be. And this was so dumb. It would always be all the conference schools.
Yep.
Whatever rivals.
You want to go in there?
And then whatever school was closest to your hometown. They would always do that. And I go, why? Why are you being the way that you are?
They want to make it as comfortable for that young athlete as
I
possible.
miss the good old days.
Well, your name shows up
Terrible.
in the portal. Other schools can contact the player. Players can change their minds at any point, but here's the kicker,
Yep.
and withdraw from the portal. However, once a player enters the portal, the current scholarship no longer has to be honored. In other words, if a player enters the portal but decides to stay, the school is not obligated to provide a scholarship anymore.
You will walk on now.
Yep.
Think about Rico. Think about that,
You
Rico.
got to go.
Think about that. So the average, your average Power 5 school, any college, as far as that goes, as far as your major schools, that's about if you're out of state. Think about the out-of-state tuition compared to in-state tuition.
That's
So would you guys
cash.
safely say that's $50,000 that you're risking right there?
Easily.
Easily $50,000 you're risking. So let's say out of the over 1,000 players that are right now, with still 43 days left to go,
Yeah.
some of those kids, as you mentioned, Rico, will be walk-ons.
Yep.
Think about the risk.
Some of those kids will not even go back to college.
No, exactly. Won't even go back. Won't even go back.
I feel like some of these guys just enter there just to see like they might be considering being done with football, and they're just seeing if another university has any
Maybe
interest
take a-
in them. Yeah,
take a
like
feeler
it's
out.
just like I haven't played much, or I don't feel like I don't want to play anymore. But let's see if anybody has any interest in my skill set.
What's a young man that we lost earlier this year from Bellevue West? Played receiver.
Xavier Betts.
Xavier Betts.
Yeah.
Some of those guys may be burned out too. And for some of these kids, man, you never know this. Like, you know what? This is my cry for help. I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
If I don't get picked up, I'm done playing. I mean,
Mhm.
that's reality.
Yeah.
A player's individual entry includes basic details such as contact information, whether the player was on scholarship, whether the player is transferred as a graduate student. A player can ask a do not contact tag placed on the report. In those instances, the players don't want to be contacted by schools unless they've initiated the communication. The portal has been open around since October 15th, 2018. Here we are, December 18th, 2022, and look where we're at. That is the transfer portal, ladies and gents.
I like it.
Transfer portal 101.
I'm a fan of the portal.
Dr. Aaron Davis.
Here's yeah. I do have a few honorary doctorates. I mean, they don't mean anything. Doctor.
Now you're the doctor of transfer portal 101.
Well, you think about the transfer portal, y'all. Enrico, you say you're for it. I'm not
100%.
And I'm not opposed to it at all. Well, because coaches have been doing this for years,
Yeah.
man. I mean, that's the flip side. As much as we don't
I'm for the transfer portal, but I am not. No, I guess I'm not. But I'm sad for the people that use the transfer portal and they think that they're going to greener pasture.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it is.
There is. And I'm for the transfer portal in that situation. But some of these guys that are thinking like, all right, I'm the starter at so-and-so school and I'm going to the transfer portal because, and then they get out there and
it's cold out there
and you get lost in the transfer portal. Nobody picks you up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the advisement that you're getting from, if it's parents or who it is that's advising you, make sure that the people that are advising you have an idea of, because some, or not most, but some, like Caleb Williams, for instance, from Oklahoma last year, he went to transfer portal. He knew exactly where he was going. He was going to USC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's easy. But then you have these guys that maybe they play offensive line in the MAC, and they're getting this advisement like, oh, you know, Power Five.
You could do it. You know, you've shown enough for here
So
at
you
this
leave,
level.
You leave Western Michigan, and all of a sudden, I'm stuck in the portal, and I have nowhere to go. And then Western Michigan, well, they're like, well, you didn't want to play for us, and
so we went and got somebody,
or we have your backup that he's ready to go next year. Yep. So,
right,
we were actually kind of hoping you left,
and that's the part that's sad about the portal is people, the advice that people are receiving and getting.
And that sucks. But here's a little positive for it. People forget the 2021 recruiting class never got to go on official visits.
Yeah,
that's true, bro. That's
story.
A good point. That's a good point.
So they were recruited. They stayed at home. Now,
unseen.
you know, a lot of those guys, a lot of them went to the closest university that's as close to their hometown as possible, because that might have been the one that they were able to see when they were, you know, younger in high school, and they just went to games, or if they, you know, even when they weren't in high school. So that's the only university that they ever saw. So they go there, they realize, you know what, this doesn't really fit. They enter the transfer portal. Now you can go on official visits wherever. So if you notice a large amount of redshirt freshmen entering the transfer portal, that's the reason.
Yeah,
they weren't able to visit. They don't know what other universities look like.
Yep.
Well, a quick thing from the YouTube online is BG Arroyo bump set Spike. Sean Peterson, hi, D Raff and Rico. Good morning, guys. GBR, good morning to you, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. Sean says, I'm from Oregon. Oregon Ducks are a good team, but our Huskers believe we'll win big. Go Big Red. Appreciate you, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. Brian Lee says, why is it so easy to find Coach Prime stuff all over YouTube, but nothing about Matt? It's about marketing.
It's because Coach Prime records everything. If you notice, he always has that camera crew around him.
Yeah, it's content is what it is. And
I think it's his eldest son's like YouTube, the like well off forever or whatever. Like, I think it's his eldest son.
Yeah.
And that's how Google, the more content you put out there, the more content, the more it just picks it up. And obviously, and also because Primetime is such a big personality too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about it's optics, but it's also, you look at the Google Analytics, the more content you put out. And if you already had a lot before, then you think about it, Deion Sanders' name's been out there for 25, 30, freaking years. So he has a ton of things that the search engines like. So anything new, they're going to keep pulling up. And also, it is prime time.
Yeah,
I mean,
who would you rather watch on YouTube? Prime time or Matt
It's
Rule?
going to be prime time. It's not a knockoff rule. It's just prime time, man. He brings that type of exposure to it. But folks, in a nutshell, that is the transfer portal. We're going to talk some more and come back about how the portal can impact Nebraska and just college football in general.
All right, we'll send it to break. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You are so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design. Sandhills has a professional culture that focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Welcome to this demonstration of the SAL 5000, the world's first fully self-aware computer. How? Let's start with basic mathematics. Sal, if someone won $1,000 a day for life playing Lucky for Life from the Nebraska Lottery, how much would they have after 1 week?
$7,000, Dave.
After 1 year?
$365,000, Dave. $3,650,000, Dave.
Well done, Sal. Let's go on to advanced physics.
I don't think I'm going to a Nebraska retailer to buy a Lucky since my circuit for 100. I would very much like to win $1,000 a day for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, please calmly proceed to the exits.
Do whatever you like, Dave. I've called myself a taxi using your smartphone.
Lucky for Life, drawing 7 days a week. Top prize odds 1 in 30 million. Must be human to play.
I'm turning off your mic, Chris.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet. 24/7 support for total payment. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Go to allofiber.com/fiberthings and switch today.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper for O Street Carpet. For Christmas, we're doing everything possible to help you spruce up your home, making a dent in your holiday budget. If you need new wood flooring, new carpet, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, custom blinds, you want to shop at O Street Carpet. We on same as cash financing. Lincoln's best selection in stock, free in-home measuring, and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hi, I'm Charlie Stone, and I'm back with Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy is head to dealership. Hello.
Sure can. You said before, if you don't see a vehicle out here, it's probably on its way soon.
So, how many new Hondas do you have in stock or on the way?
We have a total of over 325, Charlie, with the selection pilots and Ridgelines in stock right now.
Well, we have been talking about the Lincoln way of buying cars for several months. How is that going?
People love it. We're buying all makes and models, whether they purchase the car from us or not. I mean, really, it's a no hassle, and we will pay them cash on the same day.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
There's only one place sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
2022 flew by fast. And while you celebrate the upcoming holidays, Mullen Motors is looking ahead to 2023 and trying to open up space on their lot. Stop by Mullen Motors for their year-end sale and select from some of the best options of used vehicles in Lincoln at the best prices of the year.
Don't end the year in your aging vehicle. Search Mullen Motors Lot today for their year-end sale, just north of 48th and Lake.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Sargman Jewelers says let it snow because a white New Year's Eve could mean free jewelry. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
This is The Drive with AD and Raff on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin'.
All right, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. AD is back. He's just doing some of the work that he does around the studio.
Yeah, work.
He's always working. Always working on the grind.
Never takes a day off. No days off.
No days off. Dr. Davis.
Well, we have, I'm going to read a few of these on the text line here. Faisal 5 times says, Faisal, what's happening, man? Faisal 5 times says, we're going to see Colorado on Hard Knocks. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't even doubt it. I wouldn't even, because it's eyes. It's eyeballs, man.
Yeah, that athletic director's like, can we get some money for this?
Yeah. For $20 million, you can come watch.
Hard Knocks.
For $20 million, you can come watch Hard Knocks. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised either, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. We got the black shirt in the house with us right now, folks. The crossover.
Number 43.
Terrell
Howdy.
Howdy, guys.
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
How was y'all day?
Man, it went fast, man.
It goes really fast.
You ready for this weather?
No, bro.
Oh, man, it's just 1 inch, man.
No.
I'm ready for like 10 inches.
CT,
I didn't get snow.
I mean, what?
I didn't get snow a lot when I was little.
Oh, so now he wants snow all the time now.
My mom came last year.
Lord.
My mom came last year. She stayed a whole month. No snow. Soon she wanted to see the snow. So soon as she left, guess what? It snowed.
Blizzard game.
So I told her this year, I'm gonna get you like the middle of December.
Is mom coming this year?
Yeah, she's gonna come for like a month.
She'll see some snow.
Well, she just left California. I have a little brother stays in California, so she was out there for Thanksgiving. So we're trying to rotate.
Smart lady.
She gonna see this. Well, I can't. Well, even if we don't get some here, you just drive out west a little bit today.
I got to get my money up because mom's like to put them coins in the slot machine. So I
Oh,
got to get my money right.
You set them coins in the slot machine.
Yeah, so I got to get at least 500 for it.
Hey, we got Warhorse right down the road too.
Yeah, I know that's a good thing.
I haven't been there.
I don't know if I can drop her off because she might call me right back. Hey, I'm done. So I took her to Omaha last year or Iowa, and she was probably done in 30 minutes. I said, Mom, that's the quickest 200 I ever seen. Besides me in the mall.
It just didn't work. I don't know.
She like the slot machines or the table games?
She's a slot machine person. She goes, her and her friends, they're retired. They're all retired.
Yeah.
They're a group of ladies. They go to Alabama. They go to New Orleans. They go
Mississippi.
all over Mississippi, Biloxi,
Tunica,
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them Mississippi and some in Alabama. She used to do the dog tracks a long time ago because they were very popular down south.
Yeah.
With the Greyhound dogs and just go. So she used to like that.
They used to have that in Iowa. They do not
Yep.
anymore.
They don't have the
Castle
dogs
Bluffs,
anymore?
no, they used to have dog racing.
It's illegal.
See, that's another thing I wasn't allowed to do as a kid, man. We couldn't gamble either, man.
I'm not really a gambler. I'm not even really a dice guy. I'm not really. I'm a blackjack guy, but I'll spend the minimum.
So you know
$5.
what? You like, I'm done. After that, if I lose, I'm out.
I went to Omaha one time, and I think I spent like $60 in 20 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, let me get out of here." So, I'm not.
Well, you know what I say.
I rather bet on
scared
college
money
football,
don't make money.
Well, my money's always scared. That money comes. We work too hard for that money. Just be giving away, and that's why they keep building those big old casinos in Vegas, man. Because
especially with these kids we got, man. Because kids these days they demand a lot from us, and we didn't demand that much when we was little because
we didn't have it. First of all,
yeah, because we didn't have it. We had to get out and work when we were 16, 15 years old, and shoes wasn't that much back then. So now you got to look at the things like shoes. They $200 for a pair of shoes.
Just buy some Skechers. Ain't expensive.
I'm glad you brought up
$50.
You brought up shoes. You said Skechers. Them jokers are comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And them right there.
No,
Hey,
see, you spend money on your shoes. I just say for the kids.
I got a
Just buy
pair of
them
Jordans that
Skechers.
cost $500.
See, that's your fault.
Good Lord.
I only wore them 3 times though.
they're more of a collective piece.
Yeah, I can go back and sell them.
You sell
if I
them
want
again.
to.
You gotta
So-
wear them or they'll fall apart.
Well, I do wear them. I was gonna wear them, but it's kind of hard because they're sky blue. The North Carolina.
Yeah, you can't mess them up.
But the Husker color don't go with it.
No, it does not.
But so that's why I can't really wear it.
Well, if you wear black, it'd just be like a pop of color.
Well, I got.
But make sure no red. Like if you wear black, it's got the white
Tommy
end.
Bahama shirt that goes with it.
That goes with it.
Long sleeve.
Those more summer shoes too. Ain't
Yeah.
gonna get on it.
Yeah.
You know, you can wear something just neutral with those.
Yeah, so it's not weather. Like winter shoes.
I remember when the first Jordans came out.
I had those.
See, remember they were $100. We
Yeah.
thought, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even ask my parents.
I wish I could buy some.
I had the
Jordans for
AJKOs.
$100.
Remember the Air Jordan knockouts?
Well, I used to like Brooks. You like Brooks?
I had some Brooks back in the day. That was a big track shoe back in the day.
Dominique
Wilkins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brooks. Tretons. I don't know if you heard of Tretons. They had the little circle things on it. Like they was like more like they was like K-Swiss, but more casual.
I remember Etonics. Remember Etonics?
Sebago.
Sebago.
Yeah.
Okay. What's another one? K-Swiss. Them make
K-Swiss, yeah.
a comeback, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to find.
Well,
it's
like
hard to
Rico. See, when Rico get older, he's gonna be one of those New Balance guys. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have a pair of New Balance.
Oh, right. I think when the sole gonna be this taller, right?
They're gonna look like a milk jug. They're gonna look big on his foot.
Nope,
You know?
I'm only gonna get one pair of New Balance, and they're gonna be white New Balance, and they're gonna be for mowing the lawn.
I think I went to JC Penney
Because that's the law.
and got the spot belts.
Because you could okay, Raff, you had your growth spurt
when you were 5 months.
No, it went to like something.
It went from 17 inches to 3 feet.
Exactly.
No.
They said, "Well, how old is he? Oh, he's 8 months."
Yeah. What size shoe did you wear like a sophomore in high school?
Sophomore in high, I probably wore a size like
12.
Nah, probably like 9 or 10, probably.
What size shoe you wear now?
16.
Good gosh, man. Them was canoes.
Jolly
man.
Green Giant.
I'm just saying, if it snows outside, he walks on the top of this and he got snowshoes on already.
Hey, look,
my moccasins.
He just spreads his toes
You
out.
can go as Halloween next year.
So,
The Jolly Green Giant.
Jolly Green
Ho,
Giant.
ho, ho,
Giant.
Green
I
Giant.
do that like every day.
Just get a fursuit. Just put it on your Bigfoot.
So how
Ooh.
tall was you in college when we was in college?
When I graduated high school, I was 5'10", and
Think
then
about that.
the end of my freshman year of college, I was 6'4", I
You
believe.
a damn lie.
No, it's real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So then the end of my sophomore year, I was like 6'5", 235, something like that.
I got to stick.
I don't even know what
a paper on top of my head just to hit 6 foot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like 5'11" and 3/4.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a growth spurt is.
Think about this, Demo.
yeah.
If you see that one on Dennis Rodman, that 30 for 30,
Oh yeah.
he had that same growth spurt.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something like because he went from like Raff to what in that 30 for 30
Oh
documentary.
yeah, he was like 5'10" to like, or no, was it
I think it was 5'11",
5'11" to like 6'10" or something crazy?
It was stupid.
Like he went from the ball boy to the starting power forward.
It was ridiculous. So those spurts they do happen, but they just don't happen much. I mean,
You know how much pain you're in?
your
Oh,
joints,
my
your
knee.
knees.
My knees used to be so sore. Like I used to always, when I used to walk, I wouldn't walk straight up. My
You'd always
knee-
arch
my
your
knees
back.
would all no, my knees would always be so sore. So I'd always walk with my knees bent.
Like a little bounce.
Oh,
Because you're trying to keep your
very
knees
little.
bent. Yeah.
And it was horrible. Like the pain was like
So how big is Herman Monster?
Hey, Ray says Raff walking.
I haven't seen Herman in a while.
Ray said Raff walking around like goody goo goo. What the? It's goody goo goo. Raff growth spurt was taller than Rico.
It's true. Like I said, I don't even know what a growth spurt is.
Growth spurt.
He come find us jacked up, dog.
I wish I was
He
5'10".
said Raff growth spurt is taller than Rico is right now.
If I had a growth spurt, I would be 5'10". That's
Oh man, y'all, it was a fun Thursday. The Black Shirt, VJ, and Bach on the Captain Show is going to take you for the rest of the morning. It's been real. Raff, take us home, baby. Rico, thanks for helping us out,
Yeah,
man.
no
this morning
problem.
too, bro.
Have a great day, everyone. We will talk to you tomorrow. And go Big Red Volleyball. Let's win.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's tailgate season. Why would you bounce around from place to place for all your beverage needs when you could have it all in one place? Wine, Beer, and Spirits has everything for your parties with their 3 locations in Lincoln, Grand Island, and Omaha. It's the largest liquor store in the state, and here's the best part. You can get a drink from their bar and walk around with it as you shop for all your tailgate necessities. Locally owned and operated, it's Wine, Beer, and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members at Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. It's a flooded basement and countless pay for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn. Let me know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So 24834 and HIS Auto will make glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa.
Took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. You guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
At Allo, we think you deserve the fiber things in life, like binging your favorite TV shows and movies buffer-free, next level, lag-free gaming, and video calls without frozen faces. So say goodbye to lag and buffering and hello to super fast fiber internet with dedicated 24/7 support for total peace of mind. Plus, no hidden fees, no expiration dates, and no contracts, ever. From dependable service to exceptional support, experience the fiber things with Allo. Go to allofiber.com/fiberthings and switch today.
Riddles Jewelry is excited to showcase the scintillating Levion jewelry collection. Levion is known for their love of reinventing fine designer jewelry through unique combinations of chocolate diamonds, vibrant gemstones, and precious metals. Levion and Riddles Jewelry, 2 family-owned businesses who put custom